Today we're going to take a look at the recently buffed Shadow Gliscor with Wing Attack here in the Ultra League Premier Classic Cup. This is not an XL version and we're going to be able to nuke some Pokemon hopefully today. We're going to face a pretty decent lead here with the Ampharos. This team is one of the teams that I showcased as well in my top team video. Actually, you're going to see this matchup, which I find interesting. This is a normal Ampharos with the move, MEweedle swing now. And they're supposed to be very weak to me, but as they resist my fast move, they're actually going to have a pretty neutral matchup here, which is insane. Like, this is not what I really expect from this matchup. I'm still going to be able to go for an Earthquake, and this will already knock them out here. At least we caught everything correctly. The team itself, going to be the Snorlax as a safe swap here, and the Lapras in the back. I showcased this team already in the top team video, of course, and what can I say? It feels like a lot of teams, also if you saw like the team that I showcased yesterday with the Auroras, which I actually played after I played this team here, a lot of teams are pretty good against this team, sadly. Like, I don't know why, but like there are a ton of double fighting teams in this current meta, which is a little bit tricky if you have two Pokemon with fighting weaknesses in the back, especially as also the Gliscor is not the best fighting answer. It is a fighting answer, it's pretty okay-ish, but it's not the best. But yeah, we will be able to go ahead and shield up this move against the Venusaur. We should be able to go for another charge move here as the Frenzy Plant is coming through. We will be able to farm all the way down, as we see the Charizard coming back in. Charizard is powerful, but not powerful enough to knock out a Lapras here. I still will be able to easily survive one Blast Burn, and I will take also another Dragon Claw if they want to go for it, but like this we will be able to win this first match. But yeah, my honest opinion on Gliscor, I think it's better greatly compared to Ultra League. I just don't feel like there are a lot of matchups which you really want to be in with your Gliscor. Here we're going to take a look at the Charizard matchup, but never mind, they're going to swap out into their Walrein. I actually don't know if it's better for me to go into my Lapras or into my Snorlax. I don't know, to be fair. I think Snorlax is better because I have superpower, but also resist the moves better on my Lapras, so I don't know. But yeah, we will be able to take this move. Going to be nice because I can go for the bait here, which puts them into range for my superpower. Now we can go ahead and go. Actually, I think we can still survive this one. I think I make a mistake here, to be fair. I'm going to let this move go through, which is fine, but I should win for the Body Slam first. I'm gonna go for the Superpower first, which is going to be able to get the shield from the opponent, but now I can get to a Body Slam, but it's not a Superpower, so this will not knock out the opponent here, sadly. I'm gonna go ahead and go into my Lapras, of course, now, as I can't go into my Gliscor. And this is also one of the main reasons why I don't think that Gliscor is too good currently in the open meta here. I think it might be a little bit better in the open Ultra League. This is of course the Ultra League Premier Classic Cup, but Gliscor itself is just a lot, like, very weak against all those ice-type Pokemon, and there are basically on nearly every team there's currently a Walrein, there's nearly everywhere like Swampert, there's nearly everywhere the Lapras, which we also have on our own team. So I don't think it's going to be the best Pokemon to use right now, that's my own opinion. Unlike Charizard, which I think is currently the best Pokemon to use, like, this thing can be insane, this thing is so strong sometimes. Going to be able actually to shield up the correct move, but yeah, here we have a Swampert coming in, here we have at least an Earthquake landing on a Swampert. Let's see how much damage it's going to do. It's going to put them into the red health, and what we can do here is I think we can farm them down, and it doesn't really matter what they're going to do now because we will actually go for the charge move. I think I could have farmed them down actually, but yeah, it's fine. Night is coming through, we're going to be able to knock them down out, as we can, I think, still even take one Blast Burn here, right? Blast Burn going to knock me out there. We have some bulk, but I'm not too impressed by Gliscor. Like, I actually thought it would be better. But also, like, of course, a lot of teams are very strong against it just because there are a ton of water types around right now, a ton of ice types around right now, that it's a little bit tricky to use it. And yeah, it seems like also Night Slash doesn't really have anything to hit here. Other than, for example, Cresselia and Giratina in the Open Ultra League, you don't really have a lot of Psychic or Ghost type Pokemon, it feels like, in this current one, so it's a little bit tricky. And we see here a Swampert, and now we see a Charizard, and this looks like the team that I showcased previously already, and I think someone copied that one as well, and it's most likely going to be the Warren in the back, but there's not a lot that I can do about this here, so I don't know what I'm going to do here. Sadly, Charizard with shields and also energy advantage here, going to be a tough one to take down because there's not a lot that we can do. We kind of have to catch someday like the Blast Sprint from them, I guess. It would be most likely the best option to still win this game, or have a chance at least, but catching a Blast Burn is a little bit tricky now with the new counting. I tried to swap out, as you can see there, but they're gonna go for the move, and I know already they must have the Warren in the back, which is something that I showcased previously as well, which I think is mostly still the best team to use. If you want to have a team to use, it's definitely something I can recommend you. But yeah, the opponent will be able to knock me out there, and of course, as I guessed before, they just copied the team that I showcased previously. They have all the non-shadow versions, looks like that works out as well. But very good team, can highly recommend to you. Of course, they can also do that team on their own, like it's not rocket science. We will be able to go for a Night Slash though against this this Charizard in Elite. Going to shoot up the move. Is it a Blast Burn? It is a Blast Burn, which is nice for me. They're going to go into a Snorlax, and I'm going to go for the Night Slash. This is a CMP type, sadly, which makes it a little bit tricky. We're going to get the shield, though, which is good. So they were expecting me to go for the Earthquake. Body Slam coming through doesn't do enough damage, and we can still go for the Earthquake, which allows me now to swap out into my own Snorlax afterwards. And we still keep the Gliscor around for maybe another shield later on. I can just shield this move up, but I'm not going to do this. It's going to be a Body Slam. And I should shield up this move, but I'm still not going to do this because I think I can survive it. It's going to be a Super Power, and I think they can swap out now, and they're going to go into their War Rain. It's going to be a tough one. This is kind of tricky. It's kind of difficult to still win this here. We will be able to go for 2 super powers, but now we're debuffed. They can farm us all the way down. Maybe should have waited a little bit because I think I could have got to another Body Slam as well. They're going to go straight for a charge move, going to be the Earthquake. Maybe should have shielded, but I didn't know that they would go straight to Earthquake if I have also a Gliscor that comes in. But I tried to catch there, but I think I tried to catch like half a second too late, which is a little bit annoying. I will be able to farm them all the way down. They're going to have the Charizard coming back in here, which is fine, but this is still going to be a tough one to win. Let's see if we can do this. I'm gonna go for the Skull Bash here, trying to get some more defensive here. Like, hopefully they have now a little bit less damage output with their Lick, and I think that was the right call, as we will be able to win this game here. Going into the next game now, we're going to see another Snorlax coming in, as we see Gyarados coming in here as well, which is interesting. We will be able to go for a Night Slash. This will allow us to get some damage on them already, which is the main thing that we want here. We can swap into our own Snorlax, and we will be able to take basically every move. They're going to go for the Crunch, has the chance to debuff me, but also we will be able to go for one Body Slam, which has the chance to knock them out if they don't want to shield, and they don't want to shield, which is fine for me. They're going to go into their own Snorlax. I can just go straight for the Superpower. I just want to get damage on them or get the shield, no matter what they're going to do here. They still have to go for one Superpower. One Body Slam does not knock me out, or they're going to go for 2 Body Slams, whatever they want to do here, to be fair. As they're going to go for the Superpower, which is fine for me, I'm going to go back into my Gliscor, and I can align now my Lapras against their Charizard. I will be able to take this move. I don't really need to shield, but I don't know why I didn't. I don't know why I shielded that, to be fair. But actually, never mind. It's okay, because I will be able to get the shield from the opponent. I will shield up this next move as well. And what this allows me now is I can go ahead and go for the Surf, but I also kind of force my opponent to throw one Superpower against me later. This will drop the defense and attack from the opponent, which allows me hopefully to get to, what's it called? Earthquake later on, because Body Slam will not do enough here, definitely not, and I will be able to try to go for another move that would put them into Night Slash range. Like this, they're gonna go for the Superpower, debuff themselves. I can take a move now, and I will be able to take this move coming in here. Going to be the Body Slam. We'll go for an Earthquake. This Earthquake will do a ton of damage, hopefully, and knocking the opponent out of here. Good game there. Next opponent, let's see. We will see Gliscor against Snorlax again. Feels kind of familiar. We had this matchup before, I think, as well. It's a little bit tricky if you want to go straight Earthquake, if you want to bait here. We're going to shield up the move from the opponent, which kind of lets me hope that they're going to shield my move as well now, because they think, okay, I invested a shield, it's safe to shield here. And this worked out pretty well, as we can shield another one here, I think. I should, I don't, okay, I can still take one move, and they're going to catch the move on the Kingdra. This is not ideal for me, but at least I'm going to be able to go into my Lapras now, and I think maybe I will just be able to farm them down here, but let's see, we will be able to sadly take a move here. Maybe it's the bait, but no, they actually get to the outrage still in time, so our Kingdra goes pretty down there, sadly. We will be able to go for one more Surf, which is nice. A Surf going to do some nice damage against the opponent. We think we get to another one, which actually allows us to either get the shield or knock them out, and we're going to be able to knock them out, and we see a Dragonite coming in. This Dragonite is actually an okayish matchup for me, I think. I will be able to go into my Snorlax, and I can farm up a ton of energy here. I tried to catch the move, didn't work out, but as long as we call it correctly, I think they're going to go for the bait first. They don't. They're going to knock me out here. Good game there, very well played by my opponent. Going straight for the charge move was definitely a good play for them. We're going to see a Snorlax come in against us again. We're going to go into our own Snorlax a little bit later. We're going to do some damage with our fast move first. And now we force the opponent to throw that charge move before I can throw my charge move, which is like a little bit better definitely for me now. Maybe I should have actually went for one Night Slash before, but it's okay. I hopefully can align my Pokemon correctly, but yep, they're going to go ahead and go for an Earthquake here, which is better for me. As I have superpower, I will be able to knock them out now with the next charge move. And I think there's no way that they can realign here at all. So like they're actually going to let this move go through as well. I cannot get to another Body Slam sadly, but I can go back into my Gliscor and I can go for a potential Earthquake against them, which is going to be now only the Night Slash. They're going to let this move go through, which is interesting. I'm going to have to shield this move up because the Rock Slide would maybe knock us out. And we see a Warring coming in. I'm going to have to get some damage on them here first though. I will go for one Night Slash, going to get the shield, which is nice. Going to go for another Night Slash. Let's see. We're going to be able to get another shield as well, which now allows me to go into my Lapras. I can shield up the first move from the opponent, which is hopefully an Earthquake. Let's see if they're going to go for the Earthquake. They're going to go for the Earthquake. This allows me to go for one more Skull Bash before. This makes them not do too much damage against me. And Skull Bash going to put them also into range, I think for maybe Surf already. But what we're going to have to do now is we're going to have to get some energy first, but they're going to swap out. I can still get to the Surf in time, so they went straight basically for the Rock Slide, otherwise they would have got to the Cross Chop in time. And I still going to have my Lapras available. Can we go for the Surf? We can go for the Surf. Is this enough to knock out the opponent? They have to go for an Earthquake. It does not do enough damage, but a one more Wing Attack from Gliscor will be enough. Next opponent, we see a Warrior in the lead. Horrible lead, hard ward, nothing we can do. We swap out. As we see a Muk coming in. I thought this is a very decent-ish matchup here. Like, it's not the worst at least. My fast move is resisted, but it's still going to do 1 damage every turn, which is cool. And I still can go for Body Slam, which is neutral. So, like, there have been worse matchups I had as a Say Swap there, but I don't think I can actually win this here. But I'm not sure. Let's see. We can go for one Body Slam. I'm actually going to be able to go for another Body Slam. But if they farm me down here, it can be a little bit dicey. We will be able to get the shield from them, of course, here. And can we get to another Body Slam in time? We are dying on the move, which is so unfortunate because it would have changed so much. I would have got an extra shield there, most likely. I would have been able to have like 2 shield Lapras in the back then. And let's see what they have in the back. They're going to have... They stay in with their Wall Raid, which is interesting. So they might be a little bit weak against me in the back. So I'm going to shield up the Earthquake from them. I can go ahead and go for a Skull Bash now. And I hopefully going to be able to get this Skull Bash on them. But yeah, they're going to let this move go through. I'm going to shield again, I think, because I thought I'm most likely going to get to my next Skull Bash in time as well. So I just, why not? Earthquake's still going to hurt. And I will not be able to get there, sadly. And we will see the Earthquake coming through again. We can go ahead and go for our Skull Bash now. We have some extra energy stored. And we will be able to get the knockout on the opponent. Sadly, we will face a Charizard in the back. Charizard will be a little bit of a trickier one. Surf going to get the shield, but one Surf does not knock them out yet. I don't think one Blast Burn does knock me out either. We will be able to take this one because of all the defense drops, defense buff we have. But this does not knock out the opponent, sadly. And we cannot really do enough damage with our Gliscor, so this will be a good game. Lead was awkward, Say Swap was also a not winning scenario, so there was not really everything aligned for me perfectly at least, but it was still fine. Good game there. It was a very close one for losing the lead that hard. Speaking of losing the lead, let's see a Swampert in the lead again. This is again my Swampert, Warrain, and Charizard team. Let's see. We will see the Hydro Cannon coming through. It's a Gliscor in the back. Gliscor against Gliscor. They have the purified version. I have the Shadow version. Let's see which one is better. We will be able to go for one Body Slam here against them. But again, also, I don't feel like that the opponent's Gliscor did such a great job here either. But I'm not sure. Maybe I'm wrong. We're going to let this move go through. It's going to be the Earthquake. They can knock me out. I can, like, you might think, oh, why do you not go into my Lapras? I don't really want to reveal the Pokemon. My first one already has such a horrible matchup against the Swampert that I want to get the energy here. I just want to get to one-hand energy. I don't really care how much damage they do here. They're gonna get the boost. It's fine for me. But now against the Swampert, I have at least chance to get some shields. I can get a ton of energy and I think that was the right call. I can go for an Earthquake still. MEweedle Shadow, they are just normal. Let's see how much damage it's going to do. It does no damage because they're going to shield. But what we can do here is we can go into our Lapras. I'm going to let this move go through because I expect it to be a Hydro Cannon. And it is a Hydro Cannon, which allows us now to go ahead and let them... Actually, we're going to shield the next one, which is going to be another Hydro Cannon, but it's fine. I can go ahead and go for one Skull Bash later, but actually, they're going to swap into this Charizard. High Charizard, Surf comes through, next Surf comes through, Bite Charizard, because this will knock them out pretty easily, and we will be able to go ahead and go for one Skull Bash or like one Surf against the Swampert. I'm actually going to no-shield this, which was risky and didn't pay off, but doesn't really matter, we're still going to be able to survive this, and this is going to be it for the video. This team itself is pretty neutral, was okay to use, definitely is fine, but I feel like the meta right now, like the teams that I currently played, kind of hard for a lot of the times this team, so it's a little bit tricky, but still, thanks for watching, see you next one, have a great rest of your day, bye!